Hi crypto fans, welcome to CCS Cryptocurrency State. My name is Santiago, I'm a web developer and investor, and in today's video we are going to cover ZkSync Airdrop. I'm going to give you some tips for a big airdrop. So we are going to do, like always in my videos, all the points are going to be in the first link of my description. So we are going to use some tools that is going to help you to understand how you can manage better this airdrop for ZkSync that I think is going to be really big. And you may see that there are a lot of wallets already doing this airdrop, but you can be in the top 1% to be positioned better for this airdrop and receive more tokens. So it's not only that many people apply, but you are going to see a lot of details. If you do a couple of things, you can be ahead of many of the rest that are applying to this airdrop. So we are going to check all my different points on tools and things that you can do to improve your airdrop on ZkSync. Before we begin, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get the notifications, and without anything else, let's get into it. Hey guys, well, if this is your first time here, you can go to cryptocurrencystate.net and you can see this video, ZkSync Airdrop full guide. Here is everything that you need to do in order to apply to the ZkSync Airdrop. For the Era section, for the Lite, for the testnet, everything is explained here step by step. So you need to do everything here before doing my video, because this video is for all those that are already doing the ZkSync Airdrop. So doing this video first is going to improve your increase and your chances for this airdrop. Go here to my website, do ZkSync Airdrop full guide, and then you can continue on watching this video for all these tips. Well, the first thing that I want to mention with you is how you can check your run score. This is something that is in dune.com, and this is a very interesting place to check some statistics and things about the different chains that you are applying for airdrops. So the first point is check your ZkSync interaction for the airdrop. Go to this link and you have a lot of information here. First, you can see the total users count, transactions count, how much amount of Ethereum has been breached already. And going down here, you have all the wallets and integrations. So this is your ZkSync Airdrop simulation ranking. And you can check your own ranking. So you just copy your wallet address and you are going to be able to search it here. And after you put your address wallet, you can see a couple of things about that. This is theoretically your rank. This is your ranking score based on a couple of things that we are going to see. This is transaction count, how many transactions you did, deposit transaction count, which means how much times you breached already, the Era deposit, the Lite deposit, ZkSync age in days, how many active days have you been, active weeks, active months. So this wallet has been doing already from 3 months transactions here. And this is the breach amount in USD, so $40. This is not, of course, one of my main wallets for airdrop. This is only for the video. But searching here, you can see a couple of things interesting. Don't worry if the amount of transaction doesn't match what you really do. The final word is always on the ZkSync Explorer. So if you see your transactions there, but you don't see them here in Doom, don't worry. But anyways, these statistics are going to help you a lot to know where you are in terms of progress on your airdrop. Moving down, you can see some other statistics about Lite and Era on how much money has been transferred daily on the bridge in USD and in Ethereum. And there are many other things interesting here to see in terms of how the protocol is interacting with the people and the users. But one important thing that we want to check there is the point 2, which is check your eligibility based on the Arbitrum Airdrop, how ranking score is calculated. So in the same link, if you scroll down all the way down, you are going to see this section, which is how ranking score is calculated. And they say here that they use the parameters for the eligibility, the details for Arbitrum Airdrop. So you can see here, bridge to ZkSync Era, conduct more than 5 deposit transactions on Zk Era, or 10 or 50 or 100, bridge to Zk Lite, again do more deposits there on Zk Lite, 5, 10, 50 or 100, interact with more than 2 contracts on Zk Era, interact with more than 5 or 10 contracts, and then conduct transactions during 2 distinct months, 6, 9, 12 or 10 distinct weeks. Here you have more stuff, how much amount of money you breach on ZkSync. So all this is transpiled from the Arbitrum eligibility criteria, but now using ZkSync. And I think this is a very good guide for you in order to know what to do. Because sometimes you just spend a lot of money in transactions and transactions that you really don't need right now. So it's not that you just need to swap, go and forth from Ethereum and USDC in one exchange only to generate transactions. It's better if you are organized and you accomplish all this stuff. That will put you in a better position probably for a possible airdrop. And always you can see as much volume you use, better are the possibilities to having a big airdrop. So I think this criteria is important. You can check it here on the bottom part of the link. Now the point 3 is another different dashboard on Dune, and this is checking the times that user breached on ZkSync Era. And you can see very interesting data here. ZkSync times that user breach. Doing 4 breach puts you in the top 0.82% of users. How is that? Let's go and check it, the link. And here in this graph you can see in this table the ZkSync times user breached. You can see that if one user breached one time, that was 620k users that breached one time. That is the 86% of the total wallets. The total users only breach one time. So if you breach 2 times, that put you inside the first 66,000 people, and that will make up to 9.35% of the people or users or wallets that have been using the breach. If you do that 3 times, you are in the 2%. If you do that 4 times, you are in the 0.82%. So we are of course speculating, but let's say that just for anticipating, ZkSync decided that at least you needed to breach 2 times. So that will leave almost the 86% of wallets right now out of the eligibility for the criteria. So my recommendation, guys, try to breach more than 1 time. So maybe this is obvious for you, maybe it's not, but go to the portal of ZkSync Era, go to the bridge and put some money from Ethereum into ZkSync. Sometimes the fees are not so high, maybe expending $10, I did that. Spending $10, you already breached 1 time. So yeah, I mean, it's not super cheap because you are using Ethereum mainnet there, but it's going to put you in a very best position for this to have a big airdrop. And if you use volume, then you are already accomplished a couple of things at the same time. You are going to breaching more than 10,000 or $1,000. You already accomplished one of these eligible criteria. So this is a very important graphic to check, and there are more things here that you can check for the breaches and the money that has been moving in ZkSync Era. So that is step 3. My recommendation is that breach more than 1 time. The point 4, guys, is maybe you can use this and use Arbiter. You can move from Ethereum to ZkSync Era, and then from ZkSync Era to ZkSync Lite, and from there to Polygon ZkABM and back to ZkSync Era. So you go to Arbiter here, you have funds on Ethereum, you move that into ZkSync Era, you have there 1 breach, 1 transaction, then you do that, the same amount of tokens on Ethereum, you move it to Lite, then you move from Lite to Polygon ZkABM. And why is that, guys? Because I already covered there's a possible and potential airdrop for Polygon ZkABM. Could be the same as huge as Layer 0 and ZkSync and Arbitrum. So why don't do that? Just you are here, move your funds from here to here, and then you move it again from here to ZkSync Era. Doing those transactions, you are already using ZkSync Era, ZkSync Lite, and Polygon ZkABM for another very big airdrop on Polygon ZkABM. So you need to be clever here to be in the best position and do stuff that can help you in multiple airdrops. Now the step 5 is, like I mentioned before, if you don't see your transactions in Dune, don't worry. You need to check the Explorer. That is where you are going to find the truth about your transactions. So go to the Explorer of ZkSync, depending what network are you using, testnet, Lite, Era, and be sure that your transactions are there. That is what the project is going to count for this. Now step 6 is that you also can follow other Airdrop Hunter wallets to see what they are doing. For example, here is a tweet in Look on Chain. You can go here. And here you have some airdrops addresses that you can follow. These are people that apply to all the different airdrops on the last, 1-2 years. Even more because they have the Uniswap airdrop here. So these people, these addresses are really applying to all the airdrops. Follow those airdrops. You can search this on ZkSync just to be sure what they are doing. You also can see in what airdrops they are applying. But I recommend you to go and check some of these addresses so you can compare yourself with another experienced airdrop hunters and see what they are doing. So the link for this tweet, and that is easy to find, guys. But you can find many other wallets on the ZkSync Explorers. So here I put another, for example. So follow some other addresses to understand and know what other big airdrop hunters are doing with ZkSync. Point 7, guys, is try not to pay too much in gas fees. Sometimes you just go to the transaction and you click on market and you pay the gas fee no matter what. Here you need to really consider your spending. If you are bridging 10 times from Ethereum to ZkSync on the official portal, you are going to spend more than $100 probably. So you need to spend as little as you can. So one way to do that is when you are doing a transaction, you can click on edit and put the max that you want to pay for that transaction. You just click on edit in the transaction and edit suggested gas fee. I put here a link to a YouTube video from a guy that actually explains what I am saying right now. It's very easy. You are just going to edit here on the transaction so you don't spend the maximum possible for that transaction. Of course, sometimes you need to trick that and move it up in order for the transaction passes. You cannot put 0 in gas fees, of course, because it's not going to trigger the transaction, but for sure you can lower down those transactions. In fact, if it's a moment where the fees on Ethereum and other layers are cheap, so you just can lower down your transaction fee there. So step 7 is don't spend too much in gas fees. And ZkSync also have this great stuff that is going to return you part of the transaction fee. So you really can do this without spending too much. Point 8, guys, is maybe you want to deploy a smart contract on ZkSync. Here is a guide that maybe help you. So in this tweet, you also can see kind of a tutorial on how you can deploy a contract on ZkSync. I think you are going to need a lot of more research on how to do this, because this is code, guys. I am a developer, and even if this guide is interesting, I'm not sure if any of you are going to be able to follow this and actually deploy the smart contract. But if you are interested on this, you can follow this guy. You can ask him actually and follow this guide. And because ZkSync is going to reward all the community, maybe if you deploy smart contracts, that could be a criteria to receive even more airdrops. And step 9, guys, the point 9 is try to combine transactions to apply to multiple airdrops. For example, using bridges that don't have a token yet, like Banshee or Orbiter. So when I show you before that you can transact here, there is also a video that I did for the possible Orbiter finance airdrop. This is mostly, for my perspective, confirmed, so you can check the step-by-steps there. So doing the bridge from Zksync Era to Polygon ZkABM and vice versa, you are already participating in Orbiter, Polygon ZkABM, and Zksync Era. So those are best strategies also for airdrop hunters. You try to do one transaction that applies to multiple airdrops. Also, swap in projects that don't have a token yet, like SyncSwap, which is doing an airdrop too. So you have your ZkSync transaction and you apply to SyncSwap airdrop. Instead of use mute.io, that I also recommend you, but they already launched the token and there's not an airdrop that I am aware at least right now. So you can use instead SyncSwap and you can apply to that airdrop too. And Layer 0 and ZkSync partner, so try to use some protocols for both ecosystems to increase your interactions Layer 0 is another big airdrop that you can find in my website, in my YouTube channel. So guys, all these are more tips and things that you can check and pay attention right now in order to increase the possibilities for a big airdrop on the ZkSync ecosystem. So don't forget to remember to do transactions, swapping. You have here some URLs, that protocols that support Zksync Era. You can add liquidity, at least in one place. I recommend you to do it. You can mint an NFT and put it in sell. I recommend you to at least mint one NFT in all your airdrop wallets, because that was the criteria for blur airdrop. So do that just because you don't want to miss this airdrop. Maybe it's also a good idea to register a domain. I don't think that is mandatory to do that in an airdrop. I never saw that as mandatory, but you are going to have transaction, and maybe you don't know, that is a request. And also interact with the testnet with ZkSync Lite and ZkSync Era here. So here you have the link in the point 14 to go directly here to my ZkSync Airdrop full guide, guys. Here is everything that you need to do in order to be in the best position for this airdrop on ZkSync ecosystem. So going there and doing this, guys, you are going to be super comfortable for this Zksync airdrop, expanding your major possibilities to get the big airdrop that they are going to give probably. So go here, do those steps, and then utilize all the tips that I mentioned in this video to increase your possibility. Guys, if you liked this video, remember, this is nothing compared of what we do in my subscriptions. I have a Discord subscription, which is a private Discord, just a small group of people, where we manage high level of information about airdrops. Airdrops that I cannot cover on my YouTube webpage. Is everything there in my Discord. Airdrop distribution, so you don't miss any of those tokens that you applied. BRC20, SRC20, so all the protocols on Bitcoin are going to be covered, and we are covering right now there. So there are airdrops there too in Bitcoin. Many people did already a lot of money in my Discord with that, and we are helping each other a lot there. So if you really want to make a life-changing decision, join to my Discord and join to my application, because all the steps of the Zksync airdrop that I mentioned before, all these steps are in my application. So using my app, you can do all this airdrop very quickly with multiple wallets and in an organized way. So everything you are going to have in my app. Here are 2 videos on how my app works and what it's going to give you, so you don't pay something that you don't want. But my app is a life-changing, guys. I use it for Arbitrum with my 12 wallets and was fantastic. I didn't spend too much money or time, and I get thousands of dollars in return. Guys, that will be all for this Zksync airdrop tips for a big airdrop. So if you liked this video, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get the notifications. Don't forget to follow me at CryptoZState in Twitter. CryptoZState in Twitter. There are many things that I only posted in Twitter, so follow me there. Instant stuff, airdrops that are applying right now, everything on that is in Twitter. Guys, that will be all, and I see you in the next video. Bye.